Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to our annual conference, Bioenergy 2017, the National Bioenergy Conference for Ireland. I particularly welcome our speakers. We have an outstanding lineup with relevance to, I'm sure, all our members and the other attendees. Just before I get started, I just ask you to check that your mobile phones are turned off or silenced. The exits from this meeting room you can see on your left as you're looking there. There are two doors on the outside and then the main exit where you came in. I'm Padraic ONeill. I'm deputising for the President of Erbia. For those who may not know me, I've been a member of Erbia for about 7 years now and director for the last 3 years, and I chair the Erbia Anaerobic Digestion and Biogas Group. The timing of this conference is particularly appropriate in light of the recent start of the final consultation on the government's proposed renewable heat incentive. This very welcome development may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to unlock the potential of bioenergy in Ireland. Getting to our renewable energy and climate change targets, generating energy from indigenous resources, reducing our dependence on imported fossil fuels, and promoting jobs and economic activity across the entire country are just some of the benefits that this will bring. The Irish Bioenergy Association will be working hard over the next 3 to 4 weeks to make a comprehensive and effective submission to this consultation, reflecting the importance of this challenge. We have included in today's agenda a session on the RHI consultation, which was not in the earlier versions of the programme. And we have moved this session to session 2 after the morning break. I'll give you details of the revised programme in a few minutes. I want to say a special word of thanks to our sponsors today. SEAI, the Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland, has significantly increased its resources and capacity to support renewable energy. The ESB is familiar to all of us for its critical role in the energy infrastructure and power production in Ireland. And the Wood Fuel Quality Assurance Scheme has established a key capacity in Ireland to enable a reliable feedstock supply chain to meet EU and international environment and sustainability standards. Our programme today features 3 sessions in addition to the RHI session I mentioned earlier. In the first session, focused on policy, Fergal Leamy, the Chief Executive Officer of Coillte, the leading forestry, landowning, renewable energy and panel products business in Ireland, will provide high-level insights on how we in Ireland can optimise our bioenergy potential. Matthew Clancy, who is Programme Manager for Low Carbon Technologies at the SEAI, will talk about the detailed outlook and challenges for bioenergy in Ireland. In a small change to the programme, we will also include the presentation from Professor David Connolly from Aalborg University in Copenhagen, who will give us his perspective from Denmark on Ireland's potential for bioenergy in the short and long term as part of that session as well. Session 2 on the RHI consultation issued by the Department of Communications, Energy and Climate Action will start with a short presentation from Tom Bruton and will be followed by an open discussion. And when we get to that session, I would certainly encourage everybody to join in and make any points you're concerned about to us. After lunch, session 3 concentrates on project finance. It's session 3 is the, maybe I can put this up for easy. The program. Okay, I don't know if you can read that, but I leave that up or it'll be available throughout the day. Session 3 will focus on the research projects that Erbia has been involved in, and there are 2 presentations there. And then session 4 will cover project finance and case studies. In session 4 we have a number of, we have Russell Smith of KPMG and Garrett Monaghan of Arthur Cox covering topics in finance and the law. We also have Francesco Panzeri of Demetra and Frank Donnelly of Northway Mushrooms detailing hands-on experiences of bioenergy projects. So I think you probably agree we have an interesting and wide-ranging program focused on topics that really matter to our members and attendees. We also have quite a range of exhibitors here today, and I would commend their stands to you and suggest you visit them when you get time later in the day. I'd just like to take a minute or two to talk about some of the highlights of Erbia's activities over the last 12 months. Throughout 2016, we continue to work on behalf of our members, responding to government consultations, meeting with key policymakers, organising workshops and field trips to destinations both in Ireland and in Denmark, and providing valuable information through our upgraded website. We successfully concluded the Biogas 3 EU-funded project, which focused on the area of small-scale anaerobic digestion. We signed up to a partnership and involvement in 2 new EU-funded projects, one called H2AD, involving a novel approach to AD, and the second one called Redirect, which is a project focused on biomass as a source of renewable raw materials and energy. For the first time in 2016, we led 2 projects under the SEAI's RD&D program, Research, Development and Deployment program, and these will be reported on in the session on the research projects, session 3. We have also made 2 submissions, new submissions to the 2017 program with the SEAI, and we look forward to continuing this useful work if our applications are successful. The Wood Fuel Quality Association scheme continued to provide a valuable service to the developing wood fuel industry in Ireland. Our consultation activity was focused on continuing to provide high quality input to the development of the government's bioenergy strategy, particularly the plans for RHI, and included attending a range of meetings organised by the department's external consultants. An important aspect of the changing bioenergy environment in Ireland is the increased focus on climate change and climate action. This can be seen in the RHI consultation document, which probably most of you have had a look at, and also in the concern to ensure that our renewable energy investments achieve the maximum greenhouse gas reduction impact. In that context, we worked with CRAE, the Composters Association, to prepare a set of reports on the capacity of AD biogas to address the greenhouse gas challenge of expanding agriculture in Ireland and to support sustainable food production into the future. These are available on our website. Our close relationship with Bioenergy Northern Ireland continued during 2016 with mutual benefits. In late 2016, Erbia decided to look for an outstanding person to take on the duties of a full-time CEO in the association. After interviews, we appointed Dr. Ger Devlin to this position recently, and he will take up his duties on the 6th of March this year. Ger will be attending the conference later on today. Ger holds a PhD from UCD and has managed both publicly and privately funded research projects in sustainable biomass supply chains, and is Ireland's team leader for the IEA, International Energy Agency Task 43. Our president in 2016 was Michael Doran, whom most of you know. Michael has stepped down as president very recently due to personal commitments, and we have not as yet found a replacement for Michael. I'd like to pay tribute to Michael, as we all owe, or the association owes Michael a deep debt of gratitude for his leadership of the association over the last year. I'd also like to express our appreciation also to the strong contribution made by our executives in Erbia. Noel Gavigan, Teresa and Trish have done sterling work right throughout the year, but also in preparing and organising this conference. I'd just like to remind our members, the members of Erbia, that our AGM will be held after the end of the conference today, and I would really ask as many members as possible to attend that meeting. It will probably take about 40 minutes, but it's important that we have a good attendance for that. If you are unable to attend that AGM, we have proxy forms at the check-in desk that you might consider signing one of those so as to enable us to ensure we have sufficient numbers. Thank you for your attention. I'd like to invite our chairperson for the first session this morning, Nick Rackard, to open that session. Thank you very much.